Hi, my name is Angeli, and today we are going to be going over Chapter 41, Consolidating Data. So the question for this chapter is, my company sells products in several regions of the United States. Each region keeps records of the number of units of each product sold during the months from January through March. How can I easily create a master workbook that always combines each region's sales and gives a tally of the total amount of each product sold during each month? So the first template I have out is the West template, and then I also have the East template alongside that. So to make things easier, I want to make sure that both of these are easily visible to me. Therefore, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the View tab and I'm going to select View Side by Side. So now what this has done is it has split my two templates, and now I can easily see them. And there's also a synchronous scrolling option to make it easier for viewing purposes. The next thing that I'm going to do in order to create the master workbook is I'm going to select File and I'm going to select Blank Workbook. So this has opened up another workbook for me. Now, what I'm going to do to add to the viewing organization is I'm going to select the new workbook and I'm going to select View, and underneath that I'm going to select Arrange All. So now this gives me four different options. We can have tiled, horizontal, vertical, or cascade, and for today we're going to do the tiled option, and I'm going to select OK. Now I can see each of my workbooks open, and this new workbook is our master workbook, so now we can begin the consolidation process. So to start this function, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Data tab. Under the Data tab, I'm going to go to Data Tools, and underneath that, I'm going to select Consolidate. So I'm going to make sure that first the function is sum, and then I'm going to move on to the reference point. So for my reference point, I'm going to select all the data from both of the templates. So first, I'm going to select all of the data from the West template. I'm making sure I'm adding the top column and the left column, so this will ensure that it is notifying those two aspects, and I'm going to select Add. And then I'm going to repeat the same process to the East column. And I'm just going to select all the data from that, and then I'm going to select Add. Now, underneath the Use Labels In, I'm going to select Top Row, which Excel will read the top row, and then it will also read the left column, which I'm also going to click. And the last option is Create Links to Source Data. I'm going to click this as well, and this means that if I change one aspect of the, for example, original West template, it will transfer over to the consolidated workbook, which I will show you next. Now I'm going to select OK, and this consolidates all the data from the West and the East into one new workbook. So as we can see here, in February, there were 17 products sold for product A. The reason being is because in the East, we see 363. The original data set for this was 263. That changes down to 1317. So as we can see here, any change that we make in the data set of the East will have a direct influence in the consolidated data set. So now I'm going to change it back to the original data set, which was 263, which gives us 1317 in the February product A sales. And the same thing can go for the West side template as well. So these consolidation functions are very helpful because it allows people to see them at a better position, as well as it also changes as new data inputs arrive. So for example, if there are extra spaces in the workbook, it is very beneficial in the long run because it will automatically add into the combined consolidated data workbook. There are also different multiple consolidation ranges options that can be used in pivot tables that were mentioned in chapter 38 and 39. Therefore, that concludes the chapter 41 summary of consolidating data. Thank you very much.